Now the Badgers say goodbye to one of their own, a tribute to assistant coach Gary Brown.
Also a nightclub shooting in Iowa, the new overnight details, including the search for a shooter.
And we do continue to watch the chance for stronger thunderstorms by the middle of this week after a quiet start today.
Good Monday morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Leah Lynchine.
And I'm Chris Stanford. Some heartbreaking news overnight. UW football assistant coach Gary Brown has died after a battle with cancer.
Brown, who was a star tailback at Penn State, spent last season as Wisconsin's running back coach before taking a leave from the game right before the Las Vegas Bowl. Players are reacting to Brown's passing overnight. This is video tweeted by safety Colin Wilder. He says it shows just a small sample of the light Brown brought to everyone around him. And Badgers running back Braylon Allen remembering Brown as well, writing on Twitter, "This one hurts. Rest easy, coach." Now, before joining the Badgers, Gary Brown spent 8 seasons with the Dallas Cowboys. Owner Jerry Jones also releasing a statement overnight. It said in part, Gary Brown had a big heart, partnered with a big smile and a big personality. He would go on to speak on Brown's positivity and how much he meant to the players he coached. Gary Brown was 52 years old.
Let's check in with Chris Reese now. Another big story today is the severe weather he is tracking for later this week. Hey, Chris.
Yeah, we do have that marginal, slight, and enhanced risk for severe weather over parts of the country. That enhanced risk just to the south of I-80. That's level 3 out of 5. Most of us in southern Wisconsin are in the slight risk. That is level 2 out of 5 for severe storms as we start to move into your Wednesday. This is not going to be the most widespread severe weather outbreak, but nonetheless, we are tracking a decent chance for all of us to see some stronger thunderstorms, and that's the reason that we have an alert day for Wednesday and Wednesday evening. We're talking about high winds. We are talking about hail. I can't rule out the possibility of an isolated tornado either. As we start to move deeper into April, closer to May, closer to June, our likelihood of seeing tornadoes with severe weather does begin to increase just a little bit. I want to break down, though, a little bit of what we're looking at. I want to show you our storm ingredients. You want to look for instability, moisture, wind shear, and something to lift all of that up into the atmosphere to help produce some of those thunderstorms. This is our instability, and you really begin to see that increase as we start to move towards Tuesday night and into Wednesday. Here's our area of low pressure. Our warm front moves towards the north. As that warm front moves northward, that's when we start to get our instability really working its way in here, and ultimately the cold front is what's going to help tap into that. But at the same time, I really want to show you how the moisture begins to increase as this system starts to work its way in. That moisture is going to be moving all the way in from the Gulf of Mexico, and that truly is a lot of moisture that comes our way with our winds out of the south. At the same time, I've shown you the winds that are on the ground. These are the winds that are coming out of the south, but the winds at 30,000 feet up, notice how they're moving out of the south and west. This is your wind shear, that turning of the wind direction, and this is how you get more long-lived thunderstorms that produce stronger winds, but this is also why we at least have a minor chance at seeing some tornadoes before all this moves through. And eventually, once that cold front pushes through, all your winds at the ground and even higher up in the atmosphere out of the same direction, this is where you get more of a straight-line wind potential. But we're really going to watch things as we start to move towards Wednesday. So, that being said, enjoy things while they're quiet now. 47 is our temperature, a beautiful sunrise out there. We'll see a little bit more in the way of some cloud cover streaming in. Storms begin to arrive early on Tuesday. Tuesday, that's mainly in the form of some showers, but by Wednesday, that's when we really could see the stronger thunderstorms coming our way. We'll cool down behind it, though. Lots of 40s as we start to move through the rest of next week. We don't see 50 again until next Wednesday.
Boy, Easter weekend, what do you think?
It's going to be cloudy.
Cloudy and cool for those Easter egg hunts.
Yeah.
All right.
Dry for now, though, for the most part.
We'll take that.
Thanks, Chris. Developing out of Iowa this morning, police are trying to piece together what happened over the weekend during a mass shooting in Cedar Rapids. 2 people were killed, 10 others hurt early Sunday morning at the Taboo nightclub and lounge. The club was hosting a 90s-themed party when someone opened fire. Officers say no one has been arrested.
To the families of the injured, we are with you, and we are praying for a swift recovery. This is not who we are. This is not Cedar Rapids.
Other deadly shootings over the weekend in the Midwest include one in Indianapolis where a man was killed, 5 others hurt there at a birthday party shooting. And in Minneapolis over the weekend, no one is in jail after an apartment shooting on the city's south side.
Here in Wisconsin, the state confirming more cases of the avian bird flu. The latest case found in a flock in Barron County. That's the 4th confirmed case in the Badger State over the last month. Earlier this week, officials said the birds most likely got the virus after having contact with wild birds.
To our coronavirus headlines this morning, Dr. Anthony Fauci says the White House's COVID protocols around President Biden are pretty strong. But he told ABC News that the president is still at risk of getting infected.
When we, people like myself and my colleagues, are in the room with him closely for a considerable period of time, half an hour, 20 minutes, 40 minutes, all of us need to be tested. Yes, he is mingling there, but we feel that the protocols around the president are sufficient to protect him. And as Jen said, the fact is he could get infected. We hope he doesn't.
At least 67 people who attended the elite Gridiron Club dinner in Washington last weekend have tested positive for the virus.
The Masters here on CBS all weekend long, featuring one name at the top of the leaderboard. That's Scottie Scheffler. Scheffler captured the lead in the second round of the tournament and didn't let up once. He entered the tournament as #1 in the world and displayed that all weekend long. With the win, he's now in the top 10 for youngest to ever win the Masters at age 25.
I think the only thing I imagined was probably that walk-up 18. I've seen some guys do that. The first one that comes to mind is watching Jordan make that walk-up 18 with a huge lead, and definitely throughout the round today when I built up a little bit of a lead, I didn't want any stress towards the end of the day, and I didn't break my concentration until we got onto the green on 18. Once we got onto the green, I was like, all right, I'm going to enjoy this, and then,
Shoulder didn't work so good.
had some fun with it.
That's great.
It wasn't the ending that Tiger Woods was looking for. He finished the weekend 13 over after finishing 6 over yesterday. Woods couldn't help but express his gratitude for playing in the tournament these last 4 days.
It's one thing to play, as I said, with my son and a hit and giggle, but it's another thing to play in a major championship. It's been a tough road, and one that I'm very thankful to have the opportunity to be able to grind through it. A lot of different things could have happened, but 14 months I'm able to tee it up and play in the Masters.
So looking ahead for Tiger, he says he's considering playing in the PGA Championship in May and might play in the U.S. Open in June. The only upcoming tournament he is committed to right now is the Open Championship in July in Scotland.
Congrats to him for making such a big comeback.
It was really miraculous, wasn't it?
Really?
He had us all captivated on Thursday, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Boy, his comeback, and then he showed up and played pretty well on Thursday, and unfortunately, he just couldn't put together a whole weekend.
Still, from going from not sure he could even walk to
It's really
playing in the
something.
Masters, big deal. Congrats to him and to Scottie as well. Okay, 6:07 now. Coming up, if old pictures are part of your spring cleaning, Consumer Reports has some advice to preserve those family memories.
Plus, I'm Josh Ryder in the 608 with how an area community is helping celebrate a big birthday for one local woman. We'll be right back after this.
Rest comfortably with brands you can trust at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Create a unique and stylish room with made-in-the-USA products from companies like Smith Brothers of Bern. Select from a wide variety of sofas at a great price.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Enough! This doom and gloom ends now.
It's time for a brighter view. Let the sun shine in with 2-for-1 windows from Feldco. Plus, no interest until 2023.
2-for-1 windows from Feldco ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
How do you use your energy? Giving back to your community? Fueling your drive to deliver hope for neighbors in need? At Alliant Energy, we're creating more clean, renewable energy every single day to power what matters to you. Because even during the most powerful moments in our lives, we're not thinking about power. We're thinking about a brighter future. Alliant Energy, powering beyond.
For decades, Washington politicians have promised to lower the cost of prescription drugs. But every year the prices go up. Why? Because Republicans like Ron Johnson, and let's be honest, too many Democrats don't have the guts to stand up to the pharmaceutical companies. I'm Sarah Godlewski, and I will. I want to bring practical solutions to Washington. That's what I've done as state treasurer. I'm Sarah Godlewski, and the big drug companies may not approve this message, but I do.
What can Sono Bello do for you? How about a new shape?
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
New confidence.
I can see a huge difference. Look at this.
New you.
I can wear a little black dress. I feel sexy.
With Sono Bello, you can remove stubborn body fat permanently in just one visit. Don't wait a moment longer to reveal the new you.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation with Sono Bello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, and find out how you can get $250 off. Sono Bello uses Tri-Sculpt micro-laser liposuction to remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently for incredible transformations in just one visit.
I have one big regret. I didn't go sooner.
Call 1-888-622-8360 or go to sonobello.com.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC help you find your inspiration and transform your room. Every style, every budget, our creativity, passion, and expertise will help you design your dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
You're watching Madison's fastest growing newscast. News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back. We're helping celebrate a big birthday for a local woman in the 608.
Oh, it doesn't get much bigger than this. Josh Breiter is here with more on just how the woman marked the big occasion. Hey there, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning. I've been so excited to be able to share this story with you. Not many folks, of course, have a chance to be able to make it to 100 years young. So this month, Fidelia Brunig is celebrating big. Dale, as everyone calls her, has lived in Sauk City for more than 70 years. Firefighting runs in the family. So on her 100th birthday, she had one wish.
I said I was going to ride the fire truck. You know, I started seeing that a while back already, but now I'm not so sure.
Well, she got to do just that, parading all around Sauk City last week, and we're going to see just how much fun she got to have on her 100th birthday coming up here in our next half hour. Also ahead, we're going to hear what Dale says it takes to live a long and happy life in the 608. The advice you don't want to miss, guys.
Oh, the smile on her face,
I know.
ear to ear. Oh, she is loving life even after all this time. Josh, love to see it.
You know, it's so cool. 100 years old, but you wouldn't know it. She's one of those folks that you're talking to, and it's like she acts like she's half that age. So it's really fun to see, and honestly, like, so well-deserved for that community and everything. They had a lot of fun with this day, guys.
What a great story to get our Monday started, huh?
Yeah, and she looks fantastic, doesn't she? Oh,
She
man,
does,
for 100
yes.
years.
Josh Breiter, thank you very much. Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. Reach out to him on social media. Shoot him an email for a chance to be featured. Tune in. He's going to have Dale's full story coming up in about half an hour. Okay, so you might be holding on to that box of old family photos with no idea what to do with them. Consumer Reports has some advice to help preserve your family's memories for generations to come. Consumer Reports social media manager David Morgan has been working on preserving family photos for a few years.
It really kind of started when my dad passed, just because we were trying to get his obituary together. Now I'm trying to really organize things by year, by name.
Since just getting started can feel overwhelming, CR offers this tip.
Start with what you think is most important. Find the photos and the documents that are really going to mean something to you and to other people years from now.
Consumer Reports says it's important to label everything lightly with a soft pencil. Add every detail you know to back edges of photos. That includes names, dates, and locations. You may also want to interview the oldest person in your family to help fill you in on any blanks and get the stories behind the photos. Next, it's time to restore whatever pictures you can. David used Photoshop on his parents' 1969 prom photo.
I just really like that photo because my mom was really proud of that dress.
To help future-proof your memories, CR says,
Use acid-free materials when you're storing your photos and documents. This will really help them from degrading over time.
Also, protect your items from bright or direct light. Keep them at a consistent, comfortable temperature and avoid humidity. Don't store them in your attic or basement. Keep photos clean using a soft brush or lint-free cloth. You can also make digital copies from the originals using a scanner or even your smartphone. Store those files in a few safe places: your computer, an external hard drive, and the cloud. As for David, he says he has more work to do.
Correct more photos, print out more photos, have, written recipes and stories and anecdotes.
He's hoping to have it done in time for the holidays. I like that idea of making sure you write all the details on the back of photos so people, for generations to come, know what happened back then.
Because if you don't document the history, and also interviewing the people in your family who know the most about it, you don't document that stuff, it's going to be lost forever.
Great ideas there.
So happening tonight, some of country music's biggest stars are competing for honors for their video performances in the only fan-nominated country music awards show.
I'll be tuning in for sure. Kane Brown leading all nominees with 4 nods. The show also features several performances, including a very special appearance by the mother-daughter duo, the Judds. They're reuniting for their first performance in decades. Kelsey Ballerini and Anthony Mackie host the show. You can catch the CMT Awards tonight right here on CBS.
You got any big favorites that you're leaning towards this year?
I haven't looked to see who's all up for awards, but I am such a huge Eric Church fan. I'm hoping that he's up for a couple of things. Chris Stapleton, also phenomenal. What can I say? I'm a sucker for a guy named Chris. I got Chris Stanford. I got Chris Stapleton.
Enough Chris is here. I know, it's like you say Chris in the newsroom and 4 people's heads snap around.
Hello? This is true. All right, we're talking about the possibility of seeing some stronger thunderstorms a little bit later this week, primarily Wednesday. And one of the things I want to show you, just some of the thunderstorm ingredients that I'm looking at. You want to look for instability, moisture, wind shear, and then something to lift all of that up. Let's start with our future track instability as we go throughout the week. You see that building. This is now Tuesday night into early Wednesday. All that building in from the south and far northward into parts of Wisconsin. Eventually, by the time we get you towards midday on Wednesday, we'll see a lot more in the way of some instability starting to move into the picture. At the same time, with that area of low pressure to our west, winds are going to be out of the south. This is going to be streaming that moisture northward from the Gulf of Mexico. So the moisture that we're going to see comes all the way from the Gulf Coast, and that's really going to help increase some of those rain chances. But then at the same time, look at the difference in wind direction. So the green arrows, those are the winds on the ground. Notice how they're coming directly out of the south. Meanwhile, these red and orange arrows, these are the winds farther in the atmosphere above our heads. They're moving out of the south and west. That turning in wind direction with height, that really helps to provide longevity to your thunderstorms, but it also increases your potential of seeing the strong winds, the hail, and even the isolated tornado. And we do have that possibility before that front completely moves through. This is the reason that we're really paying attention to Wednesday, and this is the reason that we want to make sure that you are prepared for Wednesday as well, including that severe weather kit, determining your safe place at work, at home, and then as well, an opportunity to download the First Warn weather app. If you take out your phone now and open up the camera and point it towards the screen, it'll take you where you need to go. That way you can be warned immediately, but also you can follow along with us, tracking those storms with our interactive radar, but also getting updates as we post them to the app multiple times per day.
Now's the time to download it before the storms get here, Chris.
Yes, be proactive, not reactive.
You always say.
When it comes to weather.
Thanks, Chris.
6:17 now. It's not easy getting teenagers up and out the door in the morning for school. Many experts have been advocating for later school start times.
Now, research suggests that starting the day later can have big benefits for the whole family, including mom and dad. Bradley Blackburn has more.
High school teacher Kelly Osuna and her 2 teen sons have busy mornings getting ready for the day, but they say it's been much less stressful since their school began starting classes later.
Prior to the time change, I had to get them into before care and then have enough time to get back to my job by 7. So we were leaving the house at the very latest by 6:15.
Health experts say early school start times can impact teens' learning and increase risks for obesity and depression. Now, research from National Jewish Health looks at how moving start times later can be good for the whole family. Researchers partnered with a large district near Denver, adjusting middle and high school start times 50 to 70 minutes later.
What we found was that these parents were reporting later wake times similar to their students and an increase in the amount of sleep that they were obtaining.
Dr. Lisa Meltzer authored the study, which also found fewer parents reported feeling tired during the day.
Researchers say many middle and high schools begin too early. Only about 20% of U.S. high schools start at or after 8:30 a.m.
That's the time recommended by the American Academy of Pediatrics.
Sleep is important for every aspect of functioning.
Osuna is grateful to be getting more sleep. She now gets up at the time she used to leave the house.
I noticed such a huge difference just in my mood and my affects when I do get in front of students in the morning, or even the time that I'm with my children in the morning.
And as an educator and mom, she says it's a great way to start the day. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
As part of the study, elementary schools started an hour earlier to accommodate the time changes for middle and high schools. Researchers found that parents of the elementary students maintain their sleep habits, moving bedtimes and wake times up slightly earlier.
Some really interesting research there.
Yeah, there's some pretty convincing research that shows that starting later in the day especially benefits those high school kids.
Certainly not good news for our shift.
Yeah. Not good for me as my kids get older.
Right.
If they're in high school,
Right.
I'm still on this shift.
Right.
That's going to be tough. Well, there we go. Coming up, the return of a big race in San Francisco.
And ahead in our next half hour, a call for action over who gets access to boat slips in Lake Mills. Stay with us.
Every day, News 3 Now investigates.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobuson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobuson.com to apply.
Create your ideal outdoor living space with help from Menards. Start off with new indoor-outdoor carpet. It's a perfect option for your decks, porches, and sunrooms. EcoFi carpet is 39 cents a square foot after 11% rebate. Keep your furry friends happy, healthy, and safe with innovative products from PetSafe. From pet fences to training collars and more. Save 11% on all PetSafe products. Get 11% off everything right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family cool this summer,
let me show you how this works.
It takes Bryant.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
In Madison, contact Heating and Cooling Incorporated to maximize your comfort and energy savings whatever the season.
At McGann Furniture in Baraboo, we know that hardworking people want the most value for their money. When you shop at McGann, we've already sorted out and selected the brands that we feel offer you the most bang for your buck. From young couples just starting out to senior citizens, we offer a huge selection at prices that will fit your budget. Plus, most purchases include free delivery and setup. And remember, at McGann, we don't raise our prices only to lower them later for a sale. Discover the difference at McGann Furniture in downtown Baraboo.
Hamilton in Madison at Overture Hall. Get tickets at madison.broadway.com.
People said we couldn't run a successful business using progressive values, but that's exactly what we did. That's how we built the Bucks Arena. We made sure our minority and women-owned businesses were able to grow with it, paying good wages, using materials made in Wisconsin, all done in an environmentally sustainable way. That's the type of thinking we need in the U.S. Senate. We're not going to just talk about issues. I'm going to go to Washington and deliver. I'm Alex Lasry, and I approve this message.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
My name is Mike Williams. I've been driving school bus off and on for 21 years. Here at our terminal, we're kind of like a family too. Somebody has an issue with a bus, other people kick in and help and get the job done.
So look at Linda's morning that she shared with us, a snowy one here, and look at the wildlife. Wonder if this must have been one of our recent fresh snowfalls. Was that Friday? We got a nice little coating there.
I thought it, yeah, that was Friday. I thought this was a lot of snow for a split second because I thought someone had gone through with the snow blower.
Oh, like that's
yeah. So it looked like I was like, oh my gosh, how much snow is there? It's just the road. Calm down, Chris.
Well, when you looked out the window Friday, it looked drastic for a few minutes there.
Yeah. It did. It really did. But then it wrapped up real quick. It did. Just like that. It was all done. So.
I don't mind the snow this late in the year if it doesn't stick around for long.
And none of it has. That's the big thing I've been trying to tell folks. Like, yeah, you can complain about it snowing, but it's going to melt. You don't have to shovel it. Just it's not even sticking to the roads. It's just pretty.
Snow, I don't have to shovel.
No.
Love it. Thanks for sharing your morning, Linda. You can share yours by using the hashtag MyNews3Morning on social media. Yeah, in San Francisco this weekend, they brought back something you haven't seen in a while, the Soapbox Derby, for the first time in 45 years.
Yeah, so this is a race to the bottom of a huge hill in the city, fueled by art and humor. Take a look at some of these soapbox creations. This is a major throwback. Many of these were resurrected from the 1970s and then recreated with some really artistic and interesting creations here. Sponsored by the Museum of Modern Art. The cars, of course, a combination of art and engineering.
Those are something, huh? They're
Isn't
like
that crazy?
Floats.
Did you see that eyeball?
That's wild.
They are like little floats. That's a really good point. It's like a mini float.
Is that an eraser?
I was going to ask if that was supposed to be like an actual soap box.
Oh, there you go.
Like, I was like, is that supposed to be like a box that soap comes in? That would be really funny.
Oh, how
this
fun.
This is really cool.
Look at all
the carrot going down.
That's really cool. Nostalgia right there. I feel like this is in every movie.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've seen this in so many different movies. And is it Little Rascals?
I was going to say,
like they do
I think
this.
it is Little Rascals,
And I always thought that was just like a fake thing or like a myth. Because I've never seen it in real life.
It's been 45 years since they've had it there.
I am not 45.
No.
But I'll tell you what is 45. Some of the temperatures headed out the door this morning.
Very nice.
Good.
All right, 45 at bus pickup time. We'll be in the 50s by the time you are dropped off later.
Thanks, Chris. Check out that sunrise. We'll be back right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
At Pick and Save, we believe fresh is all about standards. Like for oranges, we check for color and scarring and more. Because when it comes to fresh for everyone, we believe the juice is worth the squeeze. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Goldman Cars is having a huge spring sale with the largest selection of vehicles under $14,995 or $225 per month. Don't miss out on our spring sale with the best selection of SUVs and cars under $14,995 or $225 per month. We have one of the largest selections of vehicles in Dane County with over 500 vehicles in stock. So just come on in and ask for me, Crystal the Pistol Goldman. Go to Goldman Cars East or West.
You gotta go to Goldman, GoldmanCars.com.
My auntie called me. She said, Uncle's had a heart attack. I needed him to be here.
Your heart isn't just yours. Protect it with Bayer Aspirin. Be sure to talk to your doctor before you begin an aspirin regimen.
Hey, it's me, your dry skin. We go through a lot every day, and loose ceramides my barrier needs to seal in moisture. CeraVe facial moisturizers, developed with dermatologists, continuously deliver 3 essential ceramides to help restore my protective barrier so I can lock in moisture. With CeraVe, we can feel hydrated and look healthy all day. CeraVe facial moisturizing lotions from the #1 dermatologist-recommended skincare brand.
Even the smallest surprise can make the biggest memories. Big enough to last a lifetime. Kinder Joy. Treat plus new spring toys. A little surprise goes a long way.
Habitat for Humanity of Dane County continues to help hardworking families attain homeownership. By providing financial coaching, homeowners can manage their mortgage and other finances while building stability for their family. Strengthen our community. Support Habitat Dane County.
Imagine being able to fill your home for $99 a month. With the power of Bob's discount, it's possible. Take my Blake dining set for only $5.99. Add my best-selling Laurel sofa and love seat, only $9.99. And throw in my 5-piece Tremont Queen bedroom set for only $9.99. Math time. That's a house full of furniture for...
Calculating.
$25.97 or $99 per month for 30 months, totaling $29.70 with qualified special financing. Because with Bob's discount...
Math is fun.
At Pick and Save, every free pickup order is picked fresh and packed with care, or we'll make it right. We're fresh every day, so shop anyway. Pick and Save. Fresh for everyone.
Right now, construction season, the big road project that starts today that will impact commutes.
A call for action over a lifetime piece of a local lake. Who gets access and who doesn't?
Chances for severe weather on the increase this week. I'm breaking down the reason behind it and how you can prepare.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us here on News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
Happy Monday. I'm Leah Lynchide. We start with the first warned traffic note for your Monday.
Resurfacing will begin today on Highway 18151 in Dane County. Crews will be working on an 8-mile stretch between the Dane and Iowa County line and Town Hall Road in Mount Horeb. It's part of the governor's investment into Wisconsin roads. During construction, traffic is going to be down to 1 lane in each direction. Get used to it, folks. This is scheduled to last until November.
Ooh, going to be a long 6 months.
Yeah, it will be. A big start to construction season already underway in the city of Madison.
Yes, this is a city-led effort to make the intersection of John Nolan, Williamson, and Blair Streets downtown a little bit safer. That intersection is affecting some businesses in the area. People getting lost and turned around on their way.
My GPS got me most of the way here, but once I got within like a half a mile or a mile or so, probably had to do about 3 or 4 U-turns.
Sardine says being down a driveway has caused a little bit of confusion for folks, but it hasn't necessarily hurt business. Across the street, Essen House more concerned. The bar's parking lot is located off South Blair Street, where only a partial block of southbound traffic is open.
Made maps up with instructions posted to our website and Facebook page, as well as we stuck yard signs on some intersections, just trying to help people get in here.
The city has plans to add left turn lanes, signals, and medians to the intersection. You can find more details about the project on channel3000.com.
To the crisis in Ukraine now, new images show Russian troops making their way to Ukraine's Donbas region after regrouping following their failure to take Kyiv. Pictures showing an 8-mile convoy after a missile hit a train station here on Friday, killing more than 50 people. Some towns have now emptied out as civilians flee the violence. As Ukrainians prepare to fight, President Volodymyr Zelensky says he is grateful for President Biden's support and his country's survival depends on it continuing.
President Biden can enter history as the person who stood shoulder to shoulder with the Ukrainian people.
A new CBS News YouGov poll found that 72% of Americans support sending weapons and supplies to Ukraine. As the Russian convoy heads east, it is under the command of General Alexander Vornikov this morning. Vornikov is accused of ordering strikes that flatten civilian neighborhoods in Syria.
6:32 now to one of our other top stories this morning. Chris Reese with your certified most accurate forecast. Chris, you're tracking some potential severe weather this week.
Yeah, especially as we start to move into Tuesday and Wednesday. Tuesday's possibility of severe weather, that's going to be late in the evening. This week could see some stronger thunderstorms, mainly to the west. Most of us would be asleep during this time, but I'll also tell you this line of thunderstorms will be weakening. Our better chance to see severe thunderstorms, that's Wednesday. That's where all of the area is in that slight risk, level 2 out of 5 for severe storms. That's what you see in the yellow shading. Here's a bigger look at the entire picture as we start to move towards Wednesday. It's a big chunk of the nation's midsection expecting severe storms, but the worst of that, the enhanced risk, is mainly going to be to our south. We're going to be on the northern fringe of things, but still we're talking about the possibility of high winds, hail, and even some isolated tornadoes, and that is why we have an alert day in the forecast for Wednesday and Wednesday evening. I want to take a moment to really break down some of the severe weather ingredients that we're looking at that really dives into why we're expecting what we're expecting, and I want to start with the instability. You've seen that move northward, and will continue to be on the northward extent of that instability into your Wednesday, and then that cold front is what's going going to help to tap into that instability. At the same time, we're going to see our moisture on the increase from the Gulf of Mexico with that southerly flow, and winds on the ground level are going to remain out of the south, while at the same time, our winds in the upper levels of the atmosphere, they're out of the south and west. This turning of wind direction really helps you get those stronger thunderstorms that are a little bit more long-lived. So we're really going to watch the wind shear and the instability as we start to move towards your Wednesday. What you can do right now, though, is make a game plan to be prepared for some of the stronger thunderstorms that are going to be coming our way, including having your severe weather kit ready to go. We talked about this last week with Severe Weather Awareness Week, but that means batteries and a flashlight, having that ready to go, along with the weather radio and knowing your safe places, but also with all the wind expected this week, secure any of those loose outdoor objects. What you can also do is enjoy the nicer weather that we have today. 47 right now, headed out the door. Temperatures are generally in the 30s and the 40s. As we move throughout the rest of today, look for our temperatures warming up to about 60 as we move towards this afternoon. Rain chances do arrive tomorrow with the high of 62. Wednesday is the day to watch, 67. 40s follow that up throughout much of next week.
Chris Reese, we appreciate it. Thank you very much. 6:35 now. President Biden wants to put an end to gun violence. This week, he's expected to announce new regulations on ghost guns. Those are guns made from kits that are unregulated and untraceable. This comes just days after a 16-year-old girl was shot and killed while walking home from school in the Bronx. Police say the 17-year-old who was arrested in the case was using a ghost gun.
Authorities in northern Wisconsin say a propane furnace caused an explosion that seriously injured 2 people. It happened Sunday in Niagara and Marinette County. The house explosion heard from miles away. Police say that a couple in their 50s were inside when it happened. Authorities are still investigating. Continuing coverage now, a $25,000 signature bond is now set for a Marquette County Sheriff's deputy accused of soliciting sex from a minor. Travis Bettleman was arrested last week. He faces 2 charges, including using a computer to facilitate a child's sex crime.
Next this morning, a Lake Mills man is calling for action over what he calls an unfair process to get a lifetime piece of his hometown.
We have tremendous amenities.
Year-round residents of Wisconsin, we know what we signed up for, and we make the best of it.
Our downtown is historic.
Lake Mills might be the model for that mindset.
We have our wonderful lake, Rock Lake here.
No matter the weather, frozen or flowing, residents are always out on the water.
It's such a tremendous benefit. It's almost priceless to people here.
Neil Shade lives in Lake Mills 12 months a year for 15 years now. That's also how long he's been trying to get himself a lifetime location on Rock Lake.
They actually chuckle a little and say that you'll get Packers tickets before you get a boat slip.
He signed up for one of 25 coveted community boat slips back in 2007. The wait list, 100 people or more. The timeline, maybe 20 years.
For 25 folks to have this benefit for a lifetime, I found that it wasn't very fair.
And of those 25 folks, Neil says only 9 are full-time Lake Mills residents. Most own vacation property at the nearby Sandy Beach Trailer Park.
There's even 1 or 2 with a Florida address.
There are 3 criteria someone must meet in order to qualify for a lease for the boat lift.
We did some fishing on how this whole process works. Turns out you don't need to be a full-time resident to get a boat slip. You basically just have to own property in town from May 15th through October 1st. We asked city management if that's fair.
We've been using what's the fairest for the place that we have and what we've been doing, but could you say that it's absolutely fair? Probably not, but then how many things in life are?
Over the past, it's almost 2 years now, it's kind of been hot potatoed around in the Parks Board. It's been on their agenda, it's been off of their agenda.
Neil's been asking for change from the city.
The idea of maybe a lottery system has been discussed. All sorts of different aspects have been discussed by Parks Board.
The Parks Board is in charge of recommendations, then City Council could sign off. So far, no suggestion has made it very far.
Is there something remarkable that'll make a change, make it worthwhile changing? And I don't see it. So I'm saying that it's probably 60% chance that it's going to stay as is.
I think that it is a very large missed opportunity, and it is a great injustice.
At least one year-round Wisconsinite won't stop asking for a solution.
The city manages these slips. The city residents should have that benefit.
So boat slip renewal contracts are due this week on Friday. We talked with Neil this weekend. He says the Parks Board has met twice in the last few weeks with no new changes or rules. And a reminder, as always, if you have a consumer issue or a complaint you need help with, you can visit channel3000.com/call-for-action.
So is there much that people like Neil can do besides wait?
You know, Neil really took it upon himself to start going to city council meetings and talking with Parks Board officials to make this a recurring agenda item. It hasn't gone anywhere so far, but he's hoping that by contacting us and doing this story with us, that more people will step up and ask questions.
Well, we'll see where it goes from here.
Absolutely. 6:39 now. An alert day in store for some serious storms looming midweek. Chris Reese continuing to track them in his certified most accurate forecast.
And new video that shows a fire at a California Home Depot. The images of how it went from bad to worse.
Plus, I'm Josh Breiter in the 608 with how an area community is helping celebrate a big birthday for one local woman. We'll be right back.
Your family's year-round comfort is our year-round commitment at RG Heating and Air Conditioning. We install quality Trane equipment and service all brands so your home's furnace and AC will perform their best year-round. RG Heating and AC.
What if sun-made raisins were just the beginning? A naturally sweet start to a world of imaginative snacks. All from Sun-Made, and all made with whole fruit. Imagine that!
Here's why it's smart to custom order your Ford SUV, because custom orders receive priority. You'll get an extra 1,000 order bonus plus incentive protection, guaranteeing you the best offer now or at delivery. And the features you choose. Want an EPA estimated 41 combined MPG in an Escape Hybrid? A 12-inch touchscreen in an Edge? You got it. In a Ford built your way. Custom order your new Ford SUV or truck today and receive an extra 1,000 retail order bonus cash.
Fresh out of Papa Murphy's kitchen, the Buffalo Ranch Chicken Pizza.
Actually, it's fresh out of my oven.
Dad, it's just an expression.
Grilled chicken, crunchy bacon, covered in creamy buffalo sauce. Now that is an expression.
Change the way you pizza.
Madison Lighting Spring Sale is here for just 5 days with 15% off everyday low prices on every light fixture, ceiling fan, and home accent. You want to shop now. Shop the showroom or shop online. Madison Lighting. Hurry.
Okay, Floor and Decor, show me what you've got. Now this tile says spa day all day, but this tile says classic on glam. And this modern look, it's sleek yet chic. Okay, I've got it. Everything I need to pull this project together, and all at the perfect price.
At Floor & Decor, you can realize any aspirational project at an inspirational price. Because with an unmatched selection of high-quality products, all at everyday low prices, your bathroom upgrade has never been more you. Discover Floor & Decor today.
Why is L'Oreal Hyaluronic Acid the #1 serum? So effective with our highest concentration of pure hyaluronic acid.
Hyaluronic acid attracts water to help visibly replump lines and restore volume.
Revitalift Hyaluronic Acid Serum from L'Oreal Paris.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. RG Heating and AC. We'll always treat you like family. Guaranteed.
U.S. ad spending is set to surpass $300 billion by 2022, and the greater Madison area is poised for major growth. So now would be a great time to consider a career in multimedia sales and to join our team selling our top-rated media and digital solutions. Work for a company that offers training, autonomy, flexibility, income growth, upward mobility, and work-life balance with a competitive wage. If you have a passion to drive results for local businesses, then visit morganmurphymedia.com right now to apply.
You're watching Madison's fastest growing newscast. News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back. New video from a commercial fire that broke out in a California Home Depot. Take a look at this witness phone video. You can see parts of the ceiling on fire and falling into the store. Unbelievable. The entire building caught fire. It sent this massive cloud of smoke the National Weather Service says appeared on radar. Now look at these aerials. They show the sheer size of the devastation there. The entire building engulfed in flames. Somehow, luckily, no injuries were reported.
It's incredible. No one was hurt.
Unbelievable video there.
That's a miracle. For practicing Christians in the area, many people are turning their attention to next Sunday and Easter. Over the weekend, folks in Clinton getting an early start with an Easter egg hunt. It's their 18th annual there. Kids of all ages able to participate. It's a tradition that not only brings the community together, they're able to give back.
We always do have a donation for the food pantry, and people are so generous. We have a huge amount of food donated today as well. Everybody goes home very happy.
The food collected will be donated to the Clinton Food Pantry.
Going to be a bit of a cold weekend for Easter egg hunts. Chris Reese also tracking our bus stop forecast this morning. Hey, Chris.
Yeah, we're going to look toward the weekend as well. But the reality is temperatures now are going to be at the warmest for the week. They get much colder by the time we get towards the weekend. 45 right now, headed out to the bus stop, though. We'll be in the upper 40s at midday, 56 at bus drop-off. We'll top out right around 60 later on this afternoon. We're between systems right now. One system moving away, the next one starting to move in, but at the moment we are dry, and I do overall expect today to be a dry one. We'll see that filtered sunshine kind of hanging out with us. This is a thin layer of cloud cover out there, but you're still able to see at least some sun. We're at 47 right now, but as we start to look ahead these next couple of hours, temperatures begin to increase. We're at 52 by the time we get you towards lunchtime, and then planning your day overall, I do expect us to top out right around 60 degrees as we start to move into the afternoon. But later this week, we will get colder after being into the upper 60s by Wednesday. It is 40s for Easter weekend.
All right. Thank you very much, Chris Reese. Hey, we are helping celebrate a big birthday for a local woman this morning.
One of our top stories of the day for sure. Josh Breiter here now with more on how she got to mark the occasion. Hey, Josh.
Hey, guys. Good morning. Not many folks have the chance to make it to 100 years young, but for one Sauk City woman, age is just a number.
How you doing today, Grandma?
Fidelia Brunig is always on the move. Even her biggest birthday yet,
I'm full 100.
couldn't stop her. Dale, as everyone calls her, turned 100 years young this month, and on that day, she had one wish.
They said I was going to ride the fire truck. You know, I started seeing that a while back already, but now I'm not so sure.
Well, signage and all, her family went all out, with a big red fire truck waiting for her right outside of Maplewood of Sauk Prairie.
I'm fascinated with it, just like my kids. You know, that they belong to these things and members. And
firefighting is in her family's blood. Her son, Doug, the former Sauk City fire chief, helping make her dream come true.
They tell me now it's a pretty big step, but then again, they said they could just all pick me up and set me there.
All right. Street by street, Dale, along with her 4 kids, paraded around Sauk City, where she's lived for 76 years, passing schools with waving students. The house she still owns and lived in up until last year, and even Culver's headquarters. Giving Dale the birthday shout-out she deserves.
You have no idea how precious my kids are to me. I will do anything that I'd have to do.
She's also not afraid to admit her stubbornness.
It's set in my ways, and boy, oh boy. And when they put something together, I always have to look at it, and if it's done the way it should be done.
When I asked Dale what advice she has for the rest of us in living a long and happy life, she told me, don't sit still and eat well.
Right now I don't eat quite so much, but boy, could I shovel it down.
Big waves.
Stay active, busy, and keep moving.
She's got that wave down for sure. Along with her 4 children, Dale has 7 grandchildren and 14 great-grandchildren. She's also a breast cancer survivor and made it through a heart attack last year.
Boy.
Guys. Yeah, tough woman for sure.
Been through a lot.
That is incredible. 100 years young. She looks great, too.
She does. Yeah, she says, you know, square dancing has kept her busy over the years. That's kept her going, of course, all the time in the flower garden as well. Her husband passed away, unfortunately, about 25 years ago, but she said she just kept moving. She knew as soon as she would sit still, that was when, you know, life throws you all the hard times, but she keeps going.
And we have to point out, you know, the whole community came out and celebrated her, all those kids, all the Culver's employees. And a special gentleman from Culver.
Craig Culver was out there himself, too. He was giving her the old greeting as well. So she really got the whole package for her 100th birthday, guys.
Quite the local celebrity.
So happy birthday, Dale. Here's to many more.
She's still talking about it. Yeah, her family was emailing me over the weekend that it just made her week. So
that's pretty cool.
It was a lot of fun.
Josh,
Thank you for inviting us along. Yeah, we're the only station inside the fire truck with her last week.
What a cool story. Thanks for sharing that.
You bet.
Made our Monday.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. Reach out to him on social media or email in the 608 at WISC-TV.com.
6:49 now. Coming up in the morning sprint, the Bucks are playoff bound, how they finished off their regular season and where they're headed next.
First, we want to say happy birthday to Julianne and all the kiddos turning 3 today. Thanks for celebrating with us.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Dylan, how's the cash situation with all the price increases?
Honestly, not that great.
Well, Slumberland can help. It's our biggest finance sales event of the year. Get this sectional for just $20 a month when you spend $1,200 and pay no interest for 5 years.
Family-owned Brothers Maine knows choosing appliances for a remodel or new build can be exciting and overwhelming. Our experienced staff has experienced it all as we've guided thousands of area families through appliance selection. Brothers Maine has a larger inventory and low-price deals that consistently beat competitors, including Big Box. You heard me, Big Box can't beat our prices. From sales to install, Brothers Maine does it all. Feel great about your purchases and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
Over these past months, we've all experienced changes and a great deal of reflection. But here's a change you can truly be excited about. Sono Bello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, permanently removes the fat from your stomach, hips and thighs, and back.
I walked past mirrors. I didn't want to see any of that. I can't even tell you how excited I am about Sono Bello and what they've done for me.
I'm just living my best life now because I'm being the best that I can be.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently. Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation. Plus, get $250 off instantly. You deserve to do something for you. Call 1-888-512-1753 or go to sonobello.com now.
More Americans are growing their own vegetables than ever before. At Garden Mats, we're here to help people supplement their food supply with fresh, organic vegetables. Whether you are a beginner, novice, or master gardener, Garden Mats make gardening a breeze. Spend your summers trying to keep up with each other, not your weeds. Go to gardenmats.com and plan your garden today.
When an inland hurricane called the Derecho cut a path through the Midwest, we learned some lessons. We learned that most buildings cannot withstand 140-mile-per-hour winds, not to mention most oak trees. We learned that when your roof is gone or there's a tree in your living room, even 8 hours is too long to wait. But most of all, we learned that in hardship, people take care of each other. And that has been our silver lining.
Oh, I'm back.
Hey Dylan, need a mattress? Well, luckily Slumberland has a big Sealy sale. Look what you can get for $20 a month. A Sealy Posturepedic mattress and a power base. And you'll pay no interest for 5 years at Slumberland Furniture.
It's the great Midwest Unfair.
6:52, time for the morning sprint.
The best in the world waking up with a new title this Monday. The world's top-ranked golfer, Scottie Scheffler, winning the green jacket with the 3-stroke victory at the Masters in Augusta, Georgia. It was Scheffler's first major championship win. Tiger Woods, meanwhile, making his return to the links just over a year after an accident called into question his ability to even walk. More on his performance is up on channel3000.com.
A big construction project starts today. Resurfacing will start on Highway 18-151 in Dane County. Crews will be resurfacing an 8-mile stretch of the highway between the Dane and Iowa County line and Town Hall Road in Mount Horeb. During construction, traffic's going to be down to 1 lane in each direction. Get used to it. It'll last until November.
A Madison contractor facing a dozen charges after he allegedly stole hundreds of thousands of dollars from clients and left construction work incomplete. The charges against 59-year-old Michael Anderson include 10 felonies and 2 misdemeanors. According to a criminal complaint, multiple clients hired Anderson, who worked for a firm called Waterstone, but work was never completed, leaving property owners on the hook.
Ukrainian troops are preparing for what could be a decisive showdown with Russia. New satellite images show a massive 8-mile-long Russian convoy headed through Ukraine to the Donbas region. Russia reportedly is placing a veteran general who led the devastating campaign in Syria as the central commander of its war on Ukraine. The United Nations says more than 4.5 million Ukrainians have now fled the country since Russia's invasion.
The owner of the property housing Paisans restaurant in downtown Madison submitting a notice of intent to tear down the building. The director of the city's building inspections division says the notice to demolish the 12-story building is the first step toward earning city approval, but it's not guaranteed to lead to the building's demolition. That building has been plagued with recent structural issues.
The Bucks are the 3 seed in the East in the NBA playoffs. They lost to the Cavs last night, with Milwaukee sitting out their starters. The Bucks finished the regular season with a 51-31 record. The defending champs will open up the playoffs Sunday against Chicago.
Breaking overnight, the chief executive of Twitter says Elon Musk will not be joining the board of the social media firm. Last week, Musk bought a 9.1% stake in the company, making him the largest shareholder. His appointment was meant to be official on Saturday. In a note, he warned of future distractions, but says the company's goals stay the same.
Opening day for AmFam Field just around the corner, and it'll come with the Brewers picking up their first win of the season recently. 3 Brewers homered yesterday against the Cubs. Milwaukee won 5-4 at Wrigley. The Crew now head to Baltimore for a series, and then that home opener in Milwaukee is Thursday.
Josh and I will be live there. Tune in on Thursday morning. Well, hey, it was a big Sunday at the polls in France. Yesterday's round of voting had more than a dozen candidates on the ballot to narrow to 2. The voters decided President Emmanuel Macron and far-right candidate Marine Le Pen will face off in France's presidential election later this month.
We are quieting out throughout Wisconsin today, but our next system starts to move in later tonight and into tomorrow. But in the meantime, headed out the door, you can leave the umbrella at home today. Temperatures over the next 12 hours are in the 40s, warming up towards 60 for your high later on this afternoon. And again, we will keep that mix of sun and cloud cover pretty much hanging out with us. But one thing I want to make you aware of, that is the alert day. That's Wednesday and Wednesday evening. High winds, hail, and isolated tornadoes are going to be a possibility. Temperatures top out at 67 on Wednesday, then a big stretch of 40s to follow that up.
Yeah, kind of like back to winter for another week, huh?
Yeah, it's a big cold front coming through.
All right.
All right, gotta keep an eye on your First Warn weather app this week for all that severe weather. Chris and the team will be tracking it for you.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Chris. Thanks for joining us this morning, folks. Stay tuned for another local news and weather update coming up in about half an hour.